Thank you for joining me on my learning journey. Today I'm going to be sharing my learnings on what deep learning really is. So in simple terms, deep learning is a subset of machine learning, but it can be used to create even more high performance algorithms with large amounts of data. So similar to machine learning, it learns from example. So it learns directly from things like audio and images and labeled data. And because it needs a large amount of labeled data, that's why for a long time it was more difficult to create these neural networks, and deep learning wasn't used as much until more recently. So deep learning can do things like cluster and classify data. So a big difference between machine learning and deep learning, which is why deep learning is even higher performance, is that in machine learning you have to do something called feature extraction, which is a complex extra step to do, and you basically have to prepare the data before you put it into your algorithm. The difference with deep learning is that it can do the feature extraction and the classification at one time without the help of a human. And so that takes away that need for that extra step. Deep learning uses neural networks. I'm so spelling that wrong. Okay. Neural networks. And neural networks are the structure of them. The way they process data is inspired by the system that our brains use, which is why it's called neural networks, right? Because it is similar to the way that we sort through data. And so deep learning can be used in a number of different applications, but one example is that deep learning can be used to classify or to identify certain objects and images. And deep learning is also how cars, they're able to be driverless cars. And so it does require a lot of data that goes into the algorithm. But once the deep learning algorithm has been fed that data, it can be able to take an input, classify it, and produce an output. So that's it for this learning. Thank you for joining me. I'll really appreciate it if you leave your comments, feedback, and further suggestions for additional learnings below. I'll see you in the next video.